everyone, happy Family Day weekend. So I have been avoiding going outside like the plague. It is super cold outside, and if you hear lots of noise going on in the background, everybody is home today. It is Sunday. They don't go back to school tomorrow, so we're all home at the moment and we're all hanging around the house. But I thought I would show you guys what I am up to today because I think it might interest you. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'm going to take you on a tour of a tiny house, and it's probably a lot smaller than you expect. So after we went to Little Canada, I went to my mom's house and I went down into her basement. She's got my old dollhouse down there. I'm not sure if I ever played with it, but I thought, how much fun would it be to start a project like that? I love miniatures. I love tiny things. I love tiny houses. So I went over there. I asked my mom if I could bring that upstairs and take it home with me. She said, of course. So I brought it home. It was a very basic little house. The story goes that when my parents got it for me, my mom started putting all the little furniture together, but my dad said to her, you need to sand that down. And so she ended up not finishing the project because it became too complicated at that point. It's not really a sandable furniture, but let's take a look at that. Okay, so this is the box that everything came in, the furniture wise. And I love how 1970s this is, the two little girls here that are playing with this furniture, and it was quite a difficult task to get it all together. The instructions do say that it was 1978, I believe, is when this came out, so very 1970s. And then inside the box it came with some little pictures. A couple of them have already been punched out there, and then it came with these sheets that had all of the pieces that you needed to punch out and glue together. So you can see this sandpaper is from 1970, very antique. I have managed to do a little bit more of the furniture. I've saved this wood just in case I wanted to do something else with it. And it did come with the fabric as well. It came with some foam and some fluff there. And I started this piece, but I didn't quite get it right, so I've made a mess of it. At this point, I've just left it. But it isn't the easiest thing to put together. I understand this is probably what was available at the time, but it was a lot of fun for me to end up putting it together myself after all of these years. So I'll show you what it looks like now. I'm down here on the floor just kind of putting it into where I want it, but I think that they're so super cute. This was painted blue, partly blue, not even fully blue. It came with a paint set as well, and I've ended up painting it white. I'm gonna have to touch up those gold accents there, but I love how it turned out. It is just adorable. The sink as well. It's got a little drain in there. It's nothing fancy, which I think is a sign of the times as well. This fridge doesn't open or anything. It's just for looks. I love the little lamps. They don't light up, but still, I love the style of the little lamps. And I think it brings me such joy that my mom put these together, so I think that's part of it. This is the toilet. Doesn't lift up, but I think that's one of my favorite pieces right there. I did paint him white as well. He was blue. The whole bathroom was blue. But let's take a look inside of the house, what I have managed to put together. And I'll insert a little clip here on what it looked like before I started. I have so far done not too much. I was at the little dollhouse store yesterday. I got this tile here. I'm going to put that down as soon as I figure out what I want to do for lighting underneath. This little doll here, she was $20 on Amazon. I think she's adorable. She's going to be a single lady living in this house. It's not a very big house, so she looks quite sunshiny in her bright yellow dress. But as well, I've got these stir sticks here. I'm going to make some hardwood flooring out of those. So I'll clip those down into different sizes. Then I'll stain those up. And hopefully that looks like hardwood flooring. The bed is something that kind of makes me laugh. I ended up putting this together. My mom had started it, but I think those pieces had broken. So she didn't finish it, and I decided to glue it together and finish it up. But I think what I'll do is probably get another bed if I ever, you know, feel like spending the money on that. They are pretty expensive for little tiny objects that you don't necessarily need. It's just a fun little hobby. But the pillow and everything, the fabric, everything came with the set at the time. He's got a little armoire in here. And again, doesn't open up. It's just a cute little piece, and a side table as well. I painted the top white just to go with her cute little bedroom. Now up here I've got a chair, and I kind of like how he turned out with the fabric, the red fabric. Now let's go down on the main floor here. Some of this stuff I ended up getting on Amazon. I'll show you how it works here. But my couch is tucked in there with the red fabric. Here's my footstool. He goes up on the top floor. Over here I've got the table with the little chair. Now the other little chair is broken, but I love this. I got this at the little dollhouse store yesterday. It's a pie with hearts, and then I got a little cake stand. I'm gonna make a little table runner there. I ended up with this tiny little basket here. I'm gonna put some blankets in there, and my fireplace, which I really wanted something that lit up. I'm going to show you how that works there. And my little fish. Let's see if you can see him. There he is in there. My little goldfish named Harry. He's up there. He's sitting on the fireplace there. So let's see what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna get some wallpaper in here as well. The walls aren't my favorite, but I'd like to do the lighting in there. I think it's gonna be really, really cute. I've got the tiny little toilet. It's hard to know where to put everything. That's part of the problem. You know, you kind of want to see it when you're looking at it. I'd also like to have some lights. And I don't know if I want them on the wall or hanging from the ceiling yet. Now you can get battery operated lights if that's something you're into, rather than wiring the whole thing up. But I thought, hey, why not? If you're going to go for it, go for it. And I'm going to wire the whole thing up. And in order to do that, you need one of these long pieces and a 12-volt transformer. You plug your little outlets into this. Let's see if I can find one. So you plug them into these little tiny outlets. You put the outlets into the walls, just like you would in any other house, and then you plug your light fixtures into the outlets, and you plug the outlets into this long bar. So there he is. I think that's really, really cute. I was going to put it in the bedroom. I'm not sure. Might go in the bathroom at this point, but we'll see how I feel. And that's it for your little tiny dollhouse tour. I've got a telescope up there. I'm thinking that I'm going to have that set back in there. And I have quite a bit of work to do on this. I'll show you what I've done to the outside here. Spin them around. So I painted the trim so far. I've painted the shutters. I'm going with a darker, probably a blue on the outside. I want to do some siding. I've painted these rocks down here. I don't feel like getting anything with texture. If I wanted texture, I could always go and get some sort of stucco-like material and kind of add texture to those. But I like the way they turned out with the paint. And then up on the chimney, another thing I've just painted. There's no texture to that either. I took a sponge. I ended up cutting it up, making it into a really tiny sponge, and then just dipping it in different shades of paint. You can see it there better in the light. Different shades of paint, and then I think it turned out pretty good. I just kind of staggered them about. Painted the underneath color an off-white there. But all in all, I think it's going to be a fun project, and every once in a while I will update you guys on the progress of it. But I hope that you enjoyed this tiny house tour. I will catch you guys all in the next video. Thanks for coming along.